Have you ever caught yourself thinking that once you hit your goal, then you'll be able to enjoy life? Then you'll be able to have fun, you'll be able to relax. Whether it's finishing your education, getting a promotion at a job, getting hired for a job, or starting a successful business or growing your business to a much bigger scale. Have you ever caught yourself thinking that hey, I'm gonna suffer now, and then at the end of all of this suffering, I'll be able to enjoy my life? Well, I know for a fact that I've been pretty much guilty of that my whole freaking life. And it took me many years to realize what I'm gonna share in this video. Growing up, I was a socially awkward kid. I just wanted to keep to myself, and I was pretty much just addicted to playing video games throughout my teen years. And a big part of that reason was because I wasn't satisfied with how my reality was. I was just sitting at school, waiting for school to be over. I didn't want to be I just wanted to be done with it and move on with my life. And even after finishing school, I would be the same way. I studied to be a software engineer. I self-studied, like straight out of high school. For a couple of months, I was just searching jobs, trying to become a software engineer straight out of high school at 18 years old. And I felt like, man, my life kind of sucks right now. I'm jobless, I don't have a job, I don't know if I'll ever get hired. So I told myself that I could start enjoying life once I get hired. I finally got hired as a software engineer after a couple of months, and it was the same situation. I was like, man, I don't really enjoy this job. I don't really see myself being a software engineer for my whole life. I need to make a change. I need something different. Again, I started on another journey of learning a different skill set so I could start my own business, so I'd be able to be more comfortable speaking to people, because that was a big thing for me. Is I was socially awkward, and I thought that was a big part of the reason why I didn't enjoy going to school. I didn't have many friends. So I wanted to fix that. I wanted to make my weakness my strength. But again, I caught myself thinking, okay, now I have to start a business. Now I have to become great at communicating with people. So I'm gonna have to suffer now. And then in the future, once I become great at communication and start my own business, then I'll be able to enjoy life. So it was like an endless cycle, again and again and again. Every time I hit a new milestone, I would just think of the next thing, and I would tell myself that I'm gonna suffer now, and in the future, I get to enjoy my life. But the thing that I failed to realize is throughout that whole journey of acquiring a new skill, like programming, after school and even during school, I'd sit and study code. I'd sit like until 12 at night just studying a course, working on a small project, a little app I was developing, and also a website. What I failed to realize is those times when you're building yourself up and you're becoming better are actually the most enjoyable times in your life. And the reason why is because you have a purpose. You have a goal that you're pursuing every single day. It was the same thing with fitness. I saw myself as a teenager, especially, I saw myself as kind of a nerd. All I did was, I was very socially awkward, and I just spent a lot of time playing video games. So I thought, at the very least, let me go to the gym so I'll be a beefed up and buff nerd, was what I was thinking. So I started going to the gym, and that was painful. I hated going to the gym. It felt so uncomfortable. I'd be sore. It's like, man, is this really what life is about? Like constantly like pursuing pain and discomfort? So I hated going to the gym, but for some reason, I just kept going and going and going. And it took me about 3 months. I had some crazy results. Like it was night and day difference. It was very quick that I started getting results in the gym because I was eating good. I was getting good sleep. I was going to the gym consistently. But even with fitness, I got to a point where I stopped growing as fast. I stopped having the gains the same way. I was like, man, I'm still not happy with how my body is. I want to be even bigger. I want to be more muscular. I want to be more ripped at the same time. So it was a never-ending loop of never being satisfied and always waiting for that future where I have that perfect sculpted body, where I have a great job, or even, no, not just a job, but I have my own business. I'm able to live life on my terms. But the more progress I make, I still had that same feeling of waiting for that future. But what I failed to realize is the pursuit of that vision of your dreams is actually the dream itself. You don't just suddenly go from feeling depressed to feeling happy just because you hit your goal. That's not how it works. One of the most depressing things that can happen is that you actually hit your goals and you don't know what to do next. It's a feeling of being empty and not having any sense of direction. And that feels a lot worse than putting in the work to pursue your dreams. The thing that I realized that I'm actually living my dream life right now. I'm pursuing my goals. I'm still on that journey and it'll never end. And thank goodness that it'll never end. Thank goodness it'll keep me going and keep giving me a purpose and things to pursue. So what I wanted to really share that it took me many, many years to realize is that your dream life is not as far away as you think it is. It's actually right around the corner. In a few days, in a couple of weeks, you could already start living your dream life because it doesn't start at the end point. It doesn't start at the final destination. It starts in the journey itself. And when you finally reach the destination, you're gonna miss the times when you were still on the journey.